Okay, I will now call the Zoning Board of Appeals meeting to order. We will start the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. All right, the next item on our agenda is the election of officers. We are short 2 board members tonight. I would like to know the boards, whether the board would prefer to delay this until the February meeting or do it tonight.
I make a motion that we delay it until the next meeting.
A second.
Got a motion by Jean, seconded by Michelle. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Is there anyone opposed? And identify yourself by name. Nobody's opposed. Okay. All right. The next item is introductions. I'm Greg Rassel. I am the chair of the Zoning Board of Appeals, and we'll have everyone introduce themselves. Jean, why don't you go next?
Okay, my name's Jean Ledford. I'm a trustee on the Genoa Township Board and a member of the Zoning Board of Appeals.
Michelle?
I'm Michelle Kreitzberg, a member of the Zoning Board of Appeals.
Craig?
Craig Fons, alternate member of the Zoning Board of Appeals.
Amy? Amy?
She was muted.
Sorry. My name is Amy Ruthig. I'm the zoning official for Genoa Township.
All right, and Patty?
My name is Patty Thomas. I'm the recording secretary.
All right, I think I got everyone. All right, the next item on our agenda is the approval of the agenda. Can I have a motion to approve the agenda?
Jean Ledford moves approval of the agenda.
I'll second it.
Motion by Jean, seconded by Craig. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Is there any opposed? Okay. The next item on our agenda is the call to the public. We're doing this in Zoom, so I apologize for the time lag. If we could post the phone number for residents to call in. We ask that residents can call 312-626-6799. Enter the meeting code 897-985348. Can't see. My title doesn't covering the numbers. What 48? 48.
It's 4804.
4804. Thank you. The password is 600614. Hashtag, and then you enter your participant ID number. Press *9 to indicate you want to speak, and then wait for you are till you are unmuted. If you need help, call the support number at 719-822-1270. I understand we have one resident who's trying to contact us via the number. Is he available at this time?
I do not see anybody.
There is one gentleman trying, this is admin Matt. There is one gentleman that's calling right now. He didn't have the right password or something, so he's trying.
All right, we'll wait a minute or so for him to get through.
Yeah, great. Our caller will need to hit *9 to start the call.
Hi, Matt. It's Alan.
Okay, it looks like
Oh,
Are you
Alan
here,
is on.
Alan?
Yep. Thank you very much for all your help. I appreciate that.
Please state your name and address for the record.
Alan Walbley, 5741 East Grand River Avenue, Howell, Michigan,
Okay, go ahead, sir.
488.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
I think he is for item number 1.
Well,
For the
he can
call to the-
speak- Well, if you want, he can speak now and
Okay,
speak again.
I
if you
left
choose.
a written response in reference to the variance request on my property.
Go ahead, sir.
I submitted a written request or response to the variance on my property, a variance that was asked for my property from 5780 Glen Echo Drive.
Okay, sir, go ahead, explain. You want to wait until we hear the case, or do you want to speak now about it?
Oh, no, we can wait. That's fine. I can wait.
Okay, all right, so we're going to put you on mute, bring it up,
Okay.
and then bring you back at that time. Okay?
Thank you.
Okay, so don't lose him, Matt. Okay?
Mr. Chair, I need to be able to screen share again so I can bring up our information.
Sure.
Thank you.
All right. It takes us, so I'm going to close call to the public for the general call to the public, and we'll wait a minute to close the general call to public.
Oh, no, I gotta find it. Sorry, I'm having operator issues.
We see it if you,
Trying to get to where I can share. Why won't it open?
you know that we can see it, Amy?
You can?
Yes, we can.
See, I can't, something's going on with my screen then. I can't tell.
We can see it and we have a sidebar of all the participants.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna wing it.
That's what we do best.
All right, so if you guys can see it, then I'm good.
Okay, we will close the general call to the public, and which brings us to our first case of the night, which is case number 2101, a request by Yvette Whiteside of 5780 Glen Echo Drive for a rear yard setback variance to add in addition to an existing single-family home. I asked Ms. Whiteside, when she makes her presentation, to please address the practical difficulty of the property and how it prevents the use of the property, and how granting the appeal would provide substantial justice to both the applicant as well as the other property owners. Address the extraordinary circumstances that are found to exist on the property that are different on neighboring properties, and how granting the appeal would be a benefit to the public safety and welfare, and how granting the appeal would not interfere or discourage impact in the neighborhood, interfere or discourage impact in the neighborhood. So just those 4 qualifications for the board when you make your presentation. So is there anyone, Mrs. Whiteside, are you here tonight?
You can speak.
Is there anyone to present the case?
So, yeah, to summarize what you just said, and I apologize, it was a little blotchy, the speaker through my computer, but
Sure.
we want to build the 10-foot accessory building connected to the back of the dwelling, which we're hoping to get the variance to build a little bit closer to our property line. There's already a variance on this lot. And without a variance, the lot would not be buildable and usable as a residence because of the starting size of the lot. So the variance is required to make the property, just to start with, be allowed to have a dwelling on it. So I guess the benefit for the public would be to put things inside versus outside. So right now there's things on the property that we just want to enclose on the lot. I'm not sure if there were other questions that you had or if I should cover more.
So basically, you're coming 10 feet off the back of the building, correct?
Correct, yes.
The entire length of the building.
Correct. Great storage, correct.
To create a additional, there's not a basement on the dwelling, so to create storage space for things that, are typical. More
Okay.
like an accessory building, but attached to the house.
All right. All right, we'll bring it up to the board, see if any board members have additional questions. Michelle, do you have any additional questions?
I do. Yeah, and one of the explanations, it's an addition and one is a lean-to. What type of flooring? Is there going to be a rat wall or a foundational floor to that?
So yeah, we were going to just do a slab because of the roof line. We didn't want to have to do all new trusses on the full dwelling and even touch the dwelling. So it would just be a lean-to on a slab.
Okay, so no frost line, you're not digging down below?
No. That's all because of the roof line. Otherwise, we'd have to redo the full roof. So, yeah.
Okay, secondly, would I apologize because in my photos, I didn't get it. Is there a shed existing back there?
There is, yes.
Will that be remaining or is that?
We would like to keep it for additional storage. We don't see any reason to tear that down. It's kind of hidden in the back. So yeah, that'd be remaining.
Okay, so, and Amy, you gotta tell me, this is more an addition than it is an accessory structure because it's not detached, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Any other questions, Michelle?
No, thank you. That's what I needed to know.
Jean, do you have any questions?
Yes, I do. I noticed that the last time that you came to the board for permission to do something, whatever it was, at that time you were not the legal owner of the property. Are you the legal owner now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. And then I also noticed that somewhere I read that there's a legal easement on file for the well.
There is, yes. So there's a legal documented easement. The well is on the neighboring lot, and that is a lifetime granted use of the ownership of the property. So yes, the well is on the lot behind us.
Okay. Okay, yeah, that's all I wanted to know. Thank you.
Okay, Craig, do you have any questions?
Yeah, actually I do. It's described in your drawing as a lean-to. It says proposed accessory building lean-to. Typically a lean-to is open on all three sides. It's just a roof supported by some stanchions.
Okay.
Is this an enclosed addition?
Yes, it will be enclosed. So I wasn't sure what term you would use because it's on a slab and it's not really opening the dwelling to it.
Mhm.
It would be more of storage in the back. So I didn't know if you use the word lean-to because I'm using the one wall of the dwelling, so it's kind of leaning to, or if you would use the word accessory dwelling it's not going to flow with the actual home because it's on that slab. And like I said, the roof line, we can't open our kitchen or anything to it. So we're just going to go ahead and keep that back wall because of all the complications with trying to open the house, and at this point just go for storage. So yeah, so I guess you can take off the word lean-to if that was the wrong wording for it.
Yeah, a lean-to typically are open. They're just something
Yeah,
that you build against, and
yeah.
there's no walls in it. So
Yeah,
you're right, that slab's gonna have to have footings and all that kind of stuff if the building department, I'm sure the building department will give you plenty of guidance, but that'll have to have footings and all that stuff too, so.
Okay.
And then the other question I have is that you show the stairs going from the existing from the house into the accessory building. Are those going down or up? Which way is the slab?
would all be down because we have to go with a slab
Right.
for the roof line. So yeah, those are stairs all going down into the, you know, the storage area or whatever you're calling that.
Yeah, well, it looks like it, but see, it shows the existing crawl space being down, the bottom of the crawl space being at the slab level. But yeah, okay, well, I just wanted to clarify that because the lean-to term is a little deceiving in that. That's
My bad on that. Yeah.
that to me, that's an addition.
Okay.
That's a structure addition.
Okay.
Okay, does any board member have any other questions? Okay, at this time, I'll open to the call to the public. Is there anyone in the public to speak tonight? I know we have the one gentleman waiting, so if you could get unmuted, we'll hear from him.
All right. This is Alan, the property owner for
Which
the
property
variance.
What property do you own, sir?
The 5741 where the variance is needed or was being requested for.
I'm confused.
So am I.
The back of their house.
But how's it?
I own the 3 lot. Go ahead. Sorry. What?
Is it encroaching on your property, sir?
Yes. Yep.
How? Well, explain how it's encroaching on your property.
It would be the 4 foot that's being asked for the variance going across where I have had an existing fence. I put in my letter that I submitted to the township in reference to, I took that little bit of fence down when the lady that owned the property before them, the current owners, because she had a bunch of family there all the time, so she needed a little bit of a backyard at that point. I did not put the fence back up when I met with the new owners. I did not know they were interested in doing things of this nature. And in the future, I'd like to, I'm looking at doing some kind of development in that area. I just can't, I can't let it go right now. I'm nervous about doing that.
Well, sir, I'm confused. If the variance is granted and she builds the addition, is it crossing into your property line or just coming closer to your property line?
It's going over 4 feet, I believe, into my property line where the fence was. There's a utility easement down in that area straight through across. Then right after that easement, it jumps into my lot, 4 feet.
Whoa,
I'm confused.
so am
Amy?
I.
Me too.
Amy,
Yes, sir.
so I'm confused.
I'm showing that there's the house, but there's also the 6-foot platted path that separates those two property lines.
Yes, I see that on the map. Is
So,
that's the Edison easement, is it?
well, it's also a 6-foot platted walkway that nothing should be in. So they're
Perfect.
being 4 feet from their property line, and then there would be the 6-foot pathway, and then it would be your property line. So I'm confused.
I totally apologize. I was not told this way. This is great.
Oh.
Let's do it. I'm all for it.
Oh,
I'm all for it. I really am embarrassed right now because I don't know enough about that. The variance part.
Well,
Let's do
I'm
it. I'm all
sorry.
for it. Let's do it. I am so embarrassed. I thought that easement was part of both of ours that we shared at that point,
No.
or the sidewalk that you're talking about. Nobody's ever explained that to me.
Yeah,
I was always
I'm
told it was
sorry.
Detroit Edison. No, I'm fine with it. I'm just embarrassed. Oh my God. All right. Well, I'm all about the variance then. Let's do it. Because if I ever have to, the only thing I was worried or concerned about is if I have to fence that in, if I were to make the house a little bit bigger on Grand Riverside and they were to keep a dog up there or something, with a tenant of mine. So it wouldn't run over onto their property. So they could keep the dog in the yard once I clean it up back there. But if that's the case, no problem. The fence wouldn't have to be an issue.
Yeah, your property lines are not abutting.
That's excellent. Nobody's told me that. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I'm so embarrassed.
Don't worry about it. I was wondering because they don't overlap at all, so you're good. But it is a tight lot and it's very close. But
I wish you guys would have called me and told me that.
Well,
Before I didn't hear nothing from you, and then all of a sudden I got the paperwork from the township. So, all right, no problem. I'm in. I support it. If that's
Thank
what
you
I
very
need.
much, sir.
thank you.
All right.
It took an efficient.
Wow.
time.
Is there anyone else to speak tonight? We'll wait a minute for if there's anyone else who calls in.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
I would like to ask to make sure that the owners know, because when I'm looking at the aerial that I have up on the screen, these property lines are not accurate, but that looks really close.
Where the surveyor stake is, Amy?
I was not out at the site, so if have the owners had it surveyed?
There is on the first picture after the aerial. It shows that was going to be one of my questions is they've got a surveyor stake that is
Okay,
very close to, like they don't have the lot line in that. They just have a surveyor stake, which I believe if they go out 10 feet, they've still got more property than it's showing on this drawing. But that's where I'm not certain it's 100% correct.
I just want to make sure we're not going into that 6-foot platted,
That's exactly correct. We should not be going anywhere near the 6-foot.
right?
All right.
Exactly. And we've gotten into this problem once before with another property, and we had to leave that walkway the way it was.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the walkway isn't on that view. You see the well, but you can't see where that platted walkway is from that upper view.
All right, we'll close call to the public and bring it
Okay.
back up to the board. I'll call on the Whitesides to see if they understand the comment that's being made about the walkway.
Are you asking, do I understand that?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't see the walkway being used at all, but yes, our stake does go where it shows on that plat. So it's before, there's actually another 4 feet and that walkway would be behind that.
Okay,
So it is deeper than. okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, we're calling it a walkway. Yeah, I didn't realize that's what it was. Yeah.
All right, so I'll bring it back up for the board for further discussion and a motion. Does anyone else have any comments? Do I feel a motion coming?
I would make a motion to approve case number 2101 submitted by Yvette Whiteside at 5780 Glen Echo for a rear variance of 36 feet and a setback of 4 feet for a 10 by 64 addition to the property, existing structure, I believe. Strict compliance with the setbacks would unreasonably prevent or restrict use of property or cause it to be unbuildable. This variance would provide substantial justice in granting the applicant the same rights as similar properties in the neighborhood and is not self-created. There are other homes in the area with reduced rear setbacks. Extraordinary circumstances being the small, shallow lot size. Granting of these variances would not impair adequate light or air to adjacent properties, would not increase congestion or increase danger of fire or threaten public safety or welfare. Proposed variance would have little or no impact on the appropriate development, continued use, or value of adjacent properties and surrounding neighborhood. Recommended conditions to this variance, excuse me, let me go back. Number one, easement shall be recorded for the use of the well on a separate lot. Number two, structure shall be guttered with downspouts. Number three, parking must be maintained on the lot and shall not impede the access to the sewer pump station. And number four, applicant should verify that if the current well fails, there is room on the lot to install a new well meeting the required setbacks from the sewer required by the Livingston County Environmental Health Department.
I'll second for correction.
Okay, I got a motion and a second. Motion by Michelle, second by Jean. Is there any further discussion?
Oh, wait a minute. I'd like to have one sentence added to the extraordinary circumstances. And that's that the rear lot line of the property is bordered by a 6-foot platted walkway for the subdivision. Can we do that?
Yes, we can. Michelle, you good with that?
Yes.
Okay, thanks. And I make a second.
Okay, so I have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Those opposed, motion passes 4-0. Okay, that takes care of item 2101, which is the only item on the agenda tonight, which now takes us to administrative business. Approval of the minutes for the December 15th, 2020 meeting.
I've got one question on that, on the minutes. Give me a second while I find it here. Okay, on page 4.
Can I interrupt real quick? The Whitesides are free to, Amy, would you like to address them real quick before we go on, or did they want to listen to the rest of them?
Oh, your motion, Whitesides, your motion is passed. Contact Amy or the building department to move forward.
Thank you.
All right,
You
thank you.
stay or you can go.
Okay. Page 19 of the minutes, in the middle of the page, one paragraph starts out with Stewart of 3545 Pine Ridge Lane. Is Stewart bothers me. I don't remember a Stewart. Was that in fact his name?
Yes, Board Member Ledford, that was his name. He did not give his last name.
Oh, I see. I thought that was his last name. Okay.
I actually know him, and that is his first name.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any other corrections to the minutes? All right, seeing none, all those in favor of the minutes, please signify, I need a motion in a second.
I motion to approve the minutes from zoning board of appeals meeting from December 15th, 2020.
Okay.
I'll second that motion, Jean.
Motion by Michelle, second by Jean. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Nobody opposed?
Hey, excuse me, Mr. Chairman, I need to abstain. Don't, Patty, make sure you don't put me down as a voting because I was not at that meeting.
Actually, Mr. Fonz, you can vote on the minutes without being at the meeting, but
Oh,
you can abstain if you'd like.
oh, no, that's fine. I read them all and everything made sense to me, so I'm okay with it. So you can count me as a yes. I thought
Okay,
that I had to be there.
nope.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, takes us down
Okay.
to board correspondence. Amy?
We do have a meeting for February already. We have 2, possibly 3 items. And I believe Greg informed me that he will possibly not be at the meeting.
If it's a Zoom meeting, I can't be there, Amy.
You can or you can't.
I can't, I should be able to make a Zoom meeting, yes.
Okay, All right, and as soon as I know how this all falls down, I'll let you guys know if they will be in person or if we're going to continue Zoom.
Okay. If we do a Zoom meeting, I should be able to appear.
Okay, and then if it is in person, then hopefully Mr. Fonz might be able to attend.
I have no travel plans.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Chair correspondence, is there any member discussion? Being none, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
I'll second
Move
it.
approval to adjourn.
All right, motion by Craig, second by Jean. Any discussion? All in favor, signify by saying